Hi, my name is Leo, and I play in a band called Rival Summers.
And I'm Morgan, and I run an organization called Bands That Jam for Africa.
Yep. And we're called to be weird. Me and Morgan met about 4 or 5 years ago through a mutual friend. Our friend Leah introduced us at a show because she felt that with me and my music, I could contribute to Morgan's organization, and from there, that's kind of where I guess this whole conversation started.
Yeah.
Not this whole conversation, but this, this whole friendship kind of just started.
This 5-year-long conversation.
Yeah.
So.
It started out just with us being friends on MySpace and Facebook, and just kind of figuring out where Rival Summers would fit with Bands That Jam and where Bands That Jam would fit with Rival Summers. Yeah, since then it's really grown into this really strong friendship that I couldn't possibly have. I wouldn't be the person that I am without Morgan. That's just.
I wouldn't be the person I am without Leo, so.
Yeah.
It's definitely been one of the biggest blessings in my life. That's kind of why we're here to talk to you guys.
Yeah. One of the bigger things, if not the biggest thing, that has brought us together is our faith in God, and both of our walks and both of our journeys towards being closer with Him. In high school, I wasn't. I've always believed in God. I was baptized Catholic when I was little, and I always had the idea of what and who God was. I never really pursued it much, and it wasn't really something that was in the forefront of my mind too much growing up, because it wasn't the conversation that was being had with the people around me. And so it was something that I kept very personal, and I always thought it was just a really personal thing. And so I never really grew from there. I just knew that I believed in God, and that honestly, I feel like that's it. I believe that He was there.
When I was in high school, I guess this whole idea of called to be weird is kind of what we were talking about earlier. It's I've always been really introverted and shy, but something that I'm really confident in talking about is my faith and my relationship with God. And I think that's something that really was the foundation of our friendship, because at that time Leo was kind of hoping for that conversation to come up, or just didn't have it present in his life.
Yeah.
And I really just wanted someone to listen and care, this is what I'm passionate about. And he was that friend that was there and interested and listened, and I don't know, maybe he wasn't interested, but he was willing to listen. I mean, he was willing to listen to what I was passionate about, and that's really important in a friendship. So,
for sure. From our conversations, we would talk on the phone and just meet up and talk about things. From there, Morgan brought me to church, and I just started to have this really strong thirst to understand where I was with my beliefs, and who I was as a Christian. And looking back, right now, I couldn't see myself without God at all. And back then, it was just something that I was just interested in. It was just kind of something I wanted to experiment with. And now it's such a big part of my life, and I don't know, I'm just incredibly thankful for just for you telling me that church was a good thing, and that you brought me to church and that sort of thing.
I think one of my favorite things about watching our friendship grow is I was like persistent and constantly like trying to show Leo like God and this relationship with God, and not just church as like a building or some kind of ritual, but like seeing his faith and commitment to living his life for God now is like just so cool, because it inspires me when I have like struggles now. I just moved to Nashville, Tennessee, and like his friendship has been so vital in this like move and like confidence in what God is doing in my life. And I'm just like really thankful for like God putting that on my heart years ago to like pursue Leo and show him God, because I don't think I could have done some of the things I'm doing now to follow God without the encouragement that he's provided.
Yeah, and likewise for you, with how faithful that you've been to your calling and to your ministry with Bands of Jam for Africa. Like, you wouldn't have moved to Nashville literally in a day's notice if it wasn't for just knowing that God has that plan, and having that be a part of that plan. So I know it's a scary thing to think about. You moved to Nashville, just I'm going to Nashville. Watching Morgan's passion for what she believes that God has planned for her life was and still is a giant inspiration for me to chase after my calling, chase after what I'm called to do. I believe that God has called me to write these songs and connect with people through my music and everything. So I'm just been blessed by this friendship a million times over.
I think like this has been so fun, like growing up together and kind of like pursuing God together. But like I can honestly say that from going to like Leo's shows over the years and growing up, like I've seen like such greater impact with him looking at Rival Summers as a ministry and his life as a ministry, and the effect that it has on kids in the local scene is just incredible, and I couldn't be more proud of him. So I think a reason that we're really here is because we've seen what God has done with our friendship, and he's clearly brought us together for a reason, and it's helped us get through a lot. And we want to see people have relationships like that, and we want to be able to pursue relationships with people like that, because we have a uniqueness in our friendship that I think that it's really hard to find.
Yeah, and we just want to get conversations going, and it can be a scary thing to just to bring up with people, because you don't know what people will say about you if you say that you're a Christian, that you follow Jesus. It was a scary thing for me to have to do. I wasn't something that I was able to do in high school at all with anyone, because it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't the conversation that was to be had. But once that conversation started, it changed my life. So with this, we just want to be able to let ourselves be available to whoever needs an ear. If God is something that you see that is super present in your life, like we do, but you're afraid to talk about it, I would love, and Morgan would love, to be the people that listen.
And even if you are new to the whole God thing, or you just don't really know what this all means, is like we have gone through times where we question like what's going on, or like what is God trying to do with my life, and we want to be the people that can be like, yeah, I've been there, like I know what you're going through, I can feel what you're feeling, I feel those things still. So I think that like just knowing that we're available to you, and we desire to know what's going on in your life, I mean, that's why we're doing this. We want authentic relationships with people. So
yeah, and it's not just about us either. With our friendship, I couldn't ask for anything else. So for this to be an opportunity for for more relationships to be made, whether it be with us and you, or with you or other people, just to know that you have people around you that you're able to talk to about this sort of thing is a powerful thing. So
yeah, and it might feel a little weird, but we kind of agreed that like any relationships in our lives that are vital were a result of a risk that was taken. And like, yeah, it's gonna feel weird, but that's why we're saying we're called to be weird, because without that little awkward feeling or risk taken, like you don't end up with friendships like this. So, if friendship was about convenience, our friendship wouldn't be as strong as it is. And most friendships that are valuable and vital in people's lives require sacrifice. They require like dropping everything and being there for someone and letting them know that they're loved and cared for and you're there to listen to them. So I think just stepping out of your comfort zone and not, just taking the easy way out and being like, oh, this is not convenient for me right now, is, I guess, why we're doing this, is like just challenging each other, challenging you guys, and wanting to see people love each other, because that's what the world needs.
Yeah. So, all right. My name's Leo. I play in a band called Rival Summers again.
And I'm Morgan, and I run Bands of Jam for Africa.
And we're called to be weird. Let's get weird.
Let's get weird.